Hello, Marcus Lim here with Daredevil, Born Again, the Gallery Edition, which is the oversized format of this legendary story, collecting, I think it's 7 issues. As you can see, right down here, right all the way back to issue 226 to 233. So it's 8 issues altogether. Although the actual Born Again storyline is 7 issues from 227 to 233, but they also include 226, and I'll get into why when we go through the book. But essentially, you can see here, this is at the top here, it says, "I have shown him that a man without hope is a man without fear," by one of the most famous most famous comic book lines of all time. And this comes from the end of one of the issues, okay, which I'll show you when we get there. So let's have a look. So Born Again, this is for sure one of the all-time best Daredevil stories of all time, and I am actually quite surprised that I actually don't have any collected edition of this story right before this. I mean, there have been a couple of trade paperbacks, might have been some hardcovers as well, but for some reason I never got any. But in any case, I do have it now in the best possible format, gallery edition. Alright, so let's get into it. Daredevil Born Again. Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli, and they are teaming up again after having worked previously in Batman Year One, right, over at DC. So yeah, great team, and this is one of the best stories they've ever done. So there's an introduction there by Ruff, who is also the editor, Ruff. Okay, this is an old introduction, 1987, which would have been included in all of the previous collections. So this is issue 227. Okay, that's Karen Page, and what the way this story kicks off is she is at a very low point in her life, right? Suffering from heroin addiction, and so she decides to sell a piece of information regarding Daredevil's identity, and that kicks off a chain of events which eventually led to the Kingpin finding out about it. And once he knows Matt's identity, that's when he starts to destroy Matt Murdock piece by piece. You can see there, right? Just destroying his like his home. Now this is interesting. If I get back to like that page here, right? So every issue we get like a progression. You can see the sort of like you can see the gradual deterioration of Matt Murdock's living conditions, just to show us that piece by piece he's getting destroyed. So Matt Murdock actually goes up against the Kingpin once he finds out that Kingpin's behind it all, but he gets brutally defeated and sent into his death. But there's no corpse. So Matt Murdock survived that. And he's gonna make his way back, right? And that's really what this whole storyline is all about. This whole storyline, I mean, why is it called Born Again, right? Born Again. It's obviously got some religious, Christian overtones to it, right? Born Again. And the imagery, you can tell, right? Also, I mean, it suits Matt Murdock's Catholic upbringing. By the way, here is the line that a man without hope is a man without fear. So that's what Kingpin has realized, that he has shown Matt Murdock. Right, so there again, right, very overt religious imagery there. Born again. So in order to be born again, of course, right, in Christian theology, one first has to die first before being born again. Now, Matt Murdock doesn't quite die, but he does hit rock bottom, and that's what it's all about, right? I mean, even in Christian theology, it's about, shedding off the old self, killing off the old self in a way, right? And then putting on the new. So that's what is happening here. We see this journey that Matt Murdock's going through, in a way, in a sense, right, from death to life, to a new person. Talk about a bit about there, Karen Page there, and at some point we get this character Nuke, who appears, employed by the Kingpin to take down Daredevil, right? And yeah, I think the character did appear in the Marvel Netflix series, Daredevil series in actually Jessica Jones. Yeah, but this Born Again storyline was the basis for the Netflix Daredevil season 3 storyline, and I think also the basis for. Oh, by the way, that's the cover, right? Yeah, the basis for the upcoming reboot as well, Daredevil series reboot, which is also called Born Again. But in any case, here is the climactic battle, and Captain America appears, right? Captain America appears, and some people, they feel like this is sort of like an abrupt ending, because we don't get to see the aftermath, what happened to the Kingpin after that. But I guess perhaps we don't have to, because the important thing is that Matt Murdock's life has been rebuilt, right? And the Kingpin has failed in his plan to take him down. So yeah, so it's a good ending. There's a bit of an afterword by Frank Miller, and after that we have 226. Right, which actually, chronologically speaking, it should come before the Born Again, but it's included here because it's actually not related to the Born Again storyline. However, it marks the first time that Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli are working together on Daredevil. So this is the first issue that they're working together, and I guess that's why it's included here, even though it's not really related to the overall Born Again storyline. Here's the cover to the thread paperback, 1987. 7 printing, wow, it's a lot of printings. 2005, 7 printing. There's the original issue covers, recolored. Okay, that may be 2 to 7, 2 to 8, 2 to 9, 2 to 30. 31, 32, 33, and some layouts by David Mazzucchelli. Okay, very nice extras there. What else? Ooh, and the script from 233 Armageddon. Okay, maybe it's actually, I think it is the full script for issue 233. Okay, so that's it. Daredevil Born Again Gallery Edition, as I said, one of the best Daredevil stories of all time, even to this day. Okay, and that's why it's been adapted, right? Like in the Marvel show and the upcoming reboot. Yeah, just a very good Daredevil story, which is, at its heart, is about getting up after you fall, right? And the lengths you go to fight for the things you love. So that's Daredevil Born Again Gallery Edition. Hope you enjoyed this video. And please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.